Environmental Safety Technologies is a leader in the field of environmental microbiological sampling and analysis, and since 1993 has provided our customers with the best information available regarding Legionella and Legionnaire's disease. The following is a guide to collecting and shipping water samples for Legionella testing. Legionella pneumophila was first discovered following a pneumonia outbreak at the 1976 convention of the American Legion. Legionella bacteria are found in most natural water sources at low concentrations and typically pose little health risk to individuals unless amplified and aerosolized. Unfortunately, amplification and aerosolation, or the dispersal into the air, is very common in association with cooling towers, whirlpool spas, and even potable water system. Aerosolized Legionella pose a significant health risk to certain individuals, including hospital patients, persons with respiratory conditions, and smokers. The best practice for minimizing the risk of promoting Legionella infection is through monitoring known sources and treating those sources to limit the Legionella population. The first source we'll look at is a cooling tower. Collection of samples from a cooling tower can be hazardous, and it is recommended that several steps be taken to ensure the safety of personnel collecting these samples. Cooling towers pose the highest risk to the collector based on several factors: aerosolation of potentially contaminated water droplets, physical location and access to the cooling tower, and dangers associated with fans and other mechanical systems. To minimize these dangers, check with the appropriate personnel to gain access to the cooling tower and shut down any systems associated with the tower while sampling. To minimize the threat of infection, wear personal protective gear whenever sampling a cooling tower, which includes an N95 mask and gloves. Water-resistant clothing and eye protection may be necessary for towers that have no mist diffusers or shutoff for the main fan. Prior to sampling, mark the bottle with the unique designation of your choice. This will be referenced on your report to ensure accuracy. When collecting a sample from a cooling tower, collect from the point furthest from any biocide feeds or pucks. Collect the sample from the basin if possible, or from the drain access at the lowest point. Dip the bottle into the water and fill to within 1 inch from the top. Do not fill the bottle completely. Once the bottle is filled, securely fasten the top, dry the bottle, and seal with standard electrical tape or Teflon tape. Ensure that all mechanical systems that were shut down are turned back on and that the proper personnel are notified. Verify the information on the bottle matches the chain of custody and prepare the sample for shipping. Next, we'll look at collecting samples from a potable water system. Prior to collecting samples from potable hot water tank systems, notify the appropriate personnel to gain access to these systems. As most systems are in mechanical equipment rooms, it is important to note the location of safety equipment and potential hazards in those areas. Prior to taking your sample, don personal protective gear and mark the bottle with the unique designation of your choice. Collect the sample from the lowest point possible. Allow the water to run freely for 10 to 20 seconds and fill to within 1 inch from the top. Do not fill the bottle completely. Newer systems may have a valve that can be easily accessed to take the sample from, while some older systems may require the use of blow-off or drain valves that can be more challenging. This procedure is the same for dedicated valves and blowdown valves or drain lines. Once a bottle is filled, securely fasten the top and verify the information on the bottle matches the chain of custody and prepare the sample for shipping. Next, we'll look at sample collection from a distal site or sink. Sample collection for distal sites of potable water systems varies slightly from the collection of potable hot water tank samples. Collect samples from locations both close to and far away from the hot water tank. Showers and sinks are the most common areas to test. The sample should be collected immediately, as Legionella tend to colonize the sink or shower head. Fill to within 1 inch from the top and do not fill the bottle completely. Next, we will discuss the chain of custody. Environmental Safety Technologies provides pre-printed chain of custody forms to our customers upon request. These chain of custody forms are vital to accurately reporting the findings of your samples. The first section contains your company information. This is the area that is most commonly pre-printed. The second section contains information regarding your customer. This data is handled with the same level of security as healthcare information. Trust that your customer's information will never be used or compromised by environmental safety technologies. The third section helps to clarify the additional information on your report. The fourth section is the most vital to processing your samples and should be filled out as completely as possible. This section contains the data directly related to the location and type of sample collected and the desired analysis. Environmental Safety Technologies also collects and analyzes data related to the type of biocides used in cooling towers and their effectiveness. You may enter that information in this section also. Finally, we will discuss shipping your samples to our laboratory. Legionella samples must be shipped overnight to the laboratory to ensure the viability of all bacteria in the sample. Samples that are delayed beyond 48 hours may result in either false negative or false positive samples, as some bacteria can proliferate while others die once they are removed from the source. Environmental Safety Technologies does not require that Legionella samples be refrigerated for shipment. Smaller shipments can be sent in cardboard packaging. However, larger shipments should be shipped in hard-sided coolers to help protect the samples during transport. Bottles must be secure and have unique designators that match the chain of custody. Include the chain of custody in the shipment and securely close the container for shipment. For larger samplings, please fax the chain of custody to Environmental Safety Technologies prior to shipping and included in the shipping container. Following these easy steps will help to ensure that the Legionella data you receive is accurate and valid. Thank you for using Environmental Safety Technologies, the Legionella experts.